Hello everyone, stay with me, bear with me for some minutes, I'll be there, okay, talking to you. Let me fix a few things here. Hello everyone, stay with me, bear with me for some minutes, I'll be there, okay, talking to you. Let me fix a few things here. So I welcome you on the 9th day of our live classes on Sony tutorial classes. It's all my fault. I think you guys can hear me now. Back again. Sit. Come on guys, share the links, okay? Share the links wherever you can. Did you see the magic? Did you see what my laughter can do? I'm a wizard. Okay, I'm a wizard here in the camera, not to the mobile. So, on a serious note, we are on the 9th day of our live class, Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. All those people who are joining us, I would request them to show some patience first of all. If you want to improve your vocabulary, because that's what our thumbnail says, join us to improve your vocabulary. And if you think you can improve your vocabulary very soon, there are shortcuts to improving your vocabulary. There is no shortcut. Actually, the long cut is the shortcut. When you're ready to toil it out, when you're ready to, work hard for your vocabulary, then you learn fast, okay? Mugging up words, cramming them, parroting them is not going to help you in the exam. You need to develop good understanding of the vocabulary, which you can do if you show patience and stay here throughout the class. And it's not a one-off class, it's regular. Every day we come here. So sincere and dedicated students are welcome, and those who are looking for some quick fixes to their vocabulary conundrum, vocabulary problem, vocabulary blues, I'm telling you, stay away because there are no shortcuts. Okay? So guys, let's start our session 1 today. Are you all ready? Come on. So message me if you are ready and let's start now. Teaser preview. We are going to talk about personality types. So first of all, we are going to learn 10 words which will describe different personalities, and I hope that I explain these words the way to you that you do not need to ever revise these words. With this hope, with this expectation, let's begin. What would you call yourself if you are interested solely in your own welfare? This is one type of person, only interested in their own welfare, in their own interest. What would you call those people who constantly talk about themselves? Their favorite topic is me. What would you call yourself if you dedicate your life to helping others? Social workers type. Turn your mind inward. So let's get started. The first word is, we will not start with the words, okay? We will start with the ideas. We are going to talk about ideas. So listen to this description I'm giving you of a certain type of personality. These people have a very simple attitude to life. What is their simple attitude? That every decision they make thinking about only one point. What is there for me in it? How it serves my purpose? How it helps me? So they are only concerned about one thing, their own interest. They are selfish, they are greedy, they have a very, selfish attitude to life and every decision they make. And if you ask them that, look, it's not good to be like this, they will defend themselves. They'll say, no, this is a tough world. You have to first of all ensure that your interest is safe. They will defend themselves. They will not have any sort of hypocrisy about it. They will be direct. They'll say, yes, this is how I am. I think about myself. Those people are called egoists. Now look around in your friend circle, in your family, and you will come across some people who are very direct, very above board about their attitude to life. They will accept, yes, I think about myself first. No doubt. They are called egoists. Now think about some characters who you think they are egoists. And I would like you to write some people, some characters' names in the comment box. Those people who you think they are egoists. Now we are moving on to the second category, second category of personalities. The height of conceit. Conceit means pride, too much of pride, conceit. These people, just know one thing. Their favorite topic is themselves. If you remember the character Kareena Kapoor in the movie Jab We Met, doesn't she say, I am my own favorite? So these people, what would you call them? Because they love talking about themselves. They'll tell you what new things they have done, how great they are. They just like talking about themselves all the time. They'll rarely be interested in other people's and other people's stories. Their favorite topic is themselves. They'll talk about their new hot girlfriends or new hot boyfriends. They'll talk about their big salary. They'll talk about how great they are. They'll talk about how easily they can solve the problems of the world, what their solutions are. And they just use the word I all the time in their conversations. These people are egotists. You'll call them egotists. And the difference between egoist and egotist is that T. Egoist, egotist. An egotist because they talk so much, right? About themselves. An egoist think about themselves so much. They think about themselves means they think about their own interest. They do not think about their personality. They think about their interests. That is the most important thing for them. Now, moving on to the third category. The third category, let me help you. Let me help you means their attitude to life is very simple. They have figured out the real secret to happiness, and that lies in helping other people, making other people feel comfortable, helping other people, giving something to them, giving them joy, giving them happiness. That makes us happy. They believe in this. These people are not concerned about what they have in their own plates. They will see others should be given things first. Their own interest takes a back seat. That's not important for them. For them, what matters, just opposite of egoists, their self-interest is the most important for them. But for these people, others' interests are more important. They are called altruists. Altruists. I'm saying it in plural, in singular, an altruist. It's a noun. All the words I'm teaching you are noun. An egoist, an egotist, an altruist. Okay, so an altruist thinks about other people, other people's welfare, not their own welfare. Now, we have the next category, and the next category is leave me alone. Turn your mind inward. Here we are. Okay, like a biochemist studying a colony of bacteria under the microscope. What do? They study a colony of bacteria. Now, because of these lines, you can come across some more words as well. A colony of bacteria. Now, a colony, like a collective noun you study, So, a colony of bacteria. So, they study a colony of bacteria. How do they study? Very minutely. So, the same way they study themselves, very minutely. They think about themselves all the time. How they look, what they said, how it will affect other people's feelings, their thoughts, their actions, all of these things are always turned towards themselves. They think too much about what they say, they think too much about what other people think about them, and they do not realize one thing, that other people are not so interested in, or maybe don't have so much time. I won't say they are not so interested, maybe they don't have so much time to think about others so much. But this person thinks that yes, they must be thinking about me, they must be talking about me, and they're very conscious about themselves. Look, they appear unsocial, okay? They appear unsocial in a sense that they will not be able to make people very happy with their personality and all. They're quiet type, okay? And still they have a very strong desire to be liked, to be accepted, to be popular. These are the desires, hidden desires inside them. They don't do anything about it, but they have these desires. Usually I told you, shy and quiet people. Yes. If you give them a choice to be if you give them a choice to choose between being in solitude or going to a party, being with people, they will always choose to be alone, because this is when they feel comfortable. These people can be geniuses, can have a special talents, but they do not enjoy other people's company so much. They are called introverts. So who are introverts? People who like being alone, who think about themselves, their own actions, their own words so much. They scrutinize their personality too minutely. They don't even realize that other people are busy. They won't think about themselves so much, but they will think about themselves, and they will also think that other people are thinking about themselves. Those people are called introverts. An introvert. Introvert. Their thoughts are always turned inwards towards themselves. Now, let's move on to the number 5. Let's do it together. Let's do it together category. In this category, you find people who enjoy people's company, just opposite of introverts. They really enjoy people's company. They're interested in other people. They like talking to people. They like going to parties. They can make very good teachers. They can make very good counselors. They make good administrators, insurance agents. These people have these personalities, interacting with people. This is their fun thing. They love it. This is their hobby. This is what they enjoy. And they are least interested or concerned about what they're saying, how it will affect other people. They are in their own world, happy-go-lucky type people. Easygoing. Extroverts. They are called extroverts. Their thoughts are turned outwards. Okay, now let's move on to the next category after extroverts. Introverts, extroverts. Introverts are people who think about themselves all the times. Their thoughts are turned inwards. And extrovert people, they interact with other people, and they don't, even if somebody insults them, abuses them, they don't think like, what did I do wrong? They'll say, oh, that person is like this. They do not want to scrutinize themselves so much. They're extrovert people. Okay, they enjoy other people's company. They like joking with them. They like going to parties. So this is what the qualities of an extrovert are. An extrovert person has these kind of qualities. Now let's talk about number 6, category number 6. This category is neither extreme. I hope you guys have the books, okay? If you have the books, you can read the lines as well. It will help you. You have both introverted and extroverted tendencies. These people have introverted and extroverted tendencies both at different times and on different occasions. These people show both the tendencies of introverted people and extroverted people, but at different times, on different occasions. Your interests are turned in about equal proportions, both inwards and outwards. They think about themselves as well, they think about other people as well. So they are a mixture of both introverted and extroverted. Indeed, you are quite normal. Most people fall in this category. Most people have both the personalities, a good combination of introverted personality and extroverted personality. And these people are called ambiverts because they have both introverted personality and extroverted personality at different times. They are called ambiverts. Moving on to the next one, which is people are no damn good. Now think about it. People are no damn good means having a very negative attitude towards people in general. When you have a very negative attitude towards people in general, you are a misanthrope. A misanthrope. What is a misanthrope? A misanthrope is a person who believes that people cannot do anything good for others. If you ask, in general, people are good or bad, they'll say people are bad. They won't say that people are good in general. In general, people are bad. They are very negative about human beings. They are called misanthropes. And then we have the next category. So what do you think about misanthropes? Do they think about people in a positive way, about human beings, the mankind? They always see the glass half empty when it is about human beings. Okay, they are very negative, cynical attitude they have towards human beings. They are called misanthrope. Next we have women are no damn good. Another category of personality. These people have a very biased opinion about women. They think women are just not good enough. Maybe somewhere in the past they were crossed, they were hurt by some women, and they have, maybe it could be the mother who was not very nice to that person in his childhood or her childhood. Basically a man, basically a man. And they develop a different kind of dislike for women in general. And they will not miss a chance to target them, torment them, criticize them. Whenever they get a chance to criticize women, they will do so. And they are called a misogynist. A misogynist is someone who criticizes women, has a very negative opinion about women. A misogynist. 9. Category number 9. Marriage is an institution. And who wants to live in an institution? This is the question. Marriage is an institution, and who wants to live in an institution? It means they have a dislike for marriage. They can be great partners as far as, being a boyfriend is concerned, being a girlfriend is concerned. They will love it. It can be a man, it can be a woman, okay? Don't think only men are in this category. A man or a woman who doesn't have a very good opinion about marriage, they do not like marriage, they are never ready for a long term this marriage thing. They would like to be a boyfriend, they would like to be a girlfriend, they would like to be a faithful person, no problems, but they have a very negative opinion about marriage. Perhaps they have seen the imperfections of marriage. Perhaps they have seen how people are lying to each other in marriage, and perhaps this is why they have developed this negative attitude towards marriage. They are called misogamists. Misogamists. Look at the spellings, guys. Misogamist. Okay, you have the book in front of you? I hope so. And if you don't, here are all the words: egoist, egotist, altruist, an introvert, extrovert, ambivert, misanthrope, and misogynist, and misogamist. A misogamist is someone who doesn't have a very good opinion about marriage. And then number 10, category number 10, that the flesh is heir to, what does it mean? Self-denial means do not pleasure yourself, just manage. They eat enough just to survive. They do not believe in giving their body any pleasures. They don't believe in providing themselves with the worldly pleasures. They just live a life of a sant. Okay, simplest food, simplest lifestyle. This is called an ascetic. Such kind of categories are called ascetics. These people are ascetics. So here you have some sentences. Look at the screen now and let's see. An egoist is someone who what? From, if you remember what I have just said, try and match. An egoist is someone who does what? An ego is someone who is interested in the welfare of others, talks about his own accomplishments, turns thoughts inwards. Think about it. An egoist is someone who believes in self-advancement, right? Someone who believes in self-advancement means their main objective is to just, yeah, thank God electricity is back. Okay, it was so hot here otherwise. So we were talking about an egoist. An egoist is someone who believes in self-advancement. Their own interest is supreme for them. Number 2, an egotist. Who is an egotist? An egotist is someone who talks about their own accomplishments a lot. An egotist, their favorite topic is me. Number 3, an altruist. An altruist is someone who what? Who is interested in the welfare of others, right? You have to go through all the options and you have to understand. An introvert is someone who is interested in the welfare of others. An altruist. An introvert is someone whose thoughts turn inwards. Means they think about themselves a lot. An extrovert is someone whose thoughts turn outwards. Okay. An ambivert. An ambivert is someone who has a balance, right? So where is the option? Which option matches an ambivert here? Turns thoughts both inward and outward. An ambivert thinks about himself, herself, and also about others, right? So they are a good mixture of extroverts and introverts. Next we have a misanthrope. A misanthrope is someone who believes that people are bad, right? Who hates people. A misogynist is someone who hates women. And a misogamist is someone who hates marriage, is not ever ready for marriage. Marriage is the bad idea for them. An ascetic is someone who does not pursue pleasure of the flesh, does not make his body happy. He believes in making his soul happy. alright, and believes in the refinement of the soul, doesn't do anything to pleasure the body. Okay, now common people living a worldly life, thinking of buying an AC to sleep well at night, or thinking of cooking chicken biryani this Sunday, alright, or thinking of buying a nice fluffy soft mattress so that they can sleep well again at night. Are these people, you think, ascetics? No. Or when one desire to have a beautiful wife or a good looking husband, do you think they are ascetics? They're just the opposite, right? Ascetics are those for whom their bodily pleasures do not count. So, if you guys have developed an understanding of these words, then we are going to move on to the next exercise that we will do today. Are we ready for that? Let's get started. Now, you have to answer yes or no. You have to answer yes or no to these questions, alright? And try not to think too much and see if your answer is right or wrong when you're not thinking too much. There we go. Do you think an egoist is selfish? Yes or no? Do you think an egoist is selfish? Yes, of course, that's right. 2. Do you think modesty is one of the characteristics of the egotist? Modesty. Now, let me explain the word modesty. Modesty is when you do not give yourself too much credit. Even if you have done well, like so many times you will see in cricket, a batsman will hit a century which will play a very important role in ensuring the victory for his team. And still he will say, it was a team effort. So that is the modesty of that player, right? Modesty means not taking the credit. Now, you think that modesty is one of the characteristics, one of the qualities of the egotists? A person who is an egotist, do you think he has a quality called modesty in his personality? Clearly no. Okay. Number 3. Do you think an altruist is selfish? Do you think an altruist is selfish? Someone who is an altruist is selfish? No, not at all. Because altruist people always care about other people's needs, other people's interest and welfare. Their main concern is other people. They are called altruists. Now, do you think an introvert pays much attention to yes or no himself? Okay, sorry. Do you think an introvert pays much attention to himself? An introvert pays a lot of attention to himself? Obviously, they love thinking about themselves. They think that, like I said, they want to be popular. They want to be popular with people, but they lack social skills, and still they think so much about themselves. I shouldn't have said that. If I said this, that person would be thinking about me in this way. I mean, people don't have so much time. People move on, and they will be just too, full of themselves, in a sense that they will be talking about themselves in their mind all the time. Me. So, egoist is different, egotist is different, and an introvert is a shy person, alright? Okay, maybe let me give an example of someone who is an introvert. An introvert would be sitting opposite a girl, and in his mind he will have a half-an-hour conversation with that girl, but actually he will not go and say hello. So that is the sign of an introvert. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to this definition of this example. Many of us are introverts. Okay, moving on. Do you think an extrovert prefers solitude to companionship? An extrovert prefers solitude. Solitude means being alone, okay? So, do you think an extrovert prefers solitude to companionship? Companionship means having people around them. So, extrovert, what does he prefer? He prefers solitude? No, no. He always prefers companionship. He always prefers people around themselves, right? Now, next, do you think most normal people are ambiverts? Most normal people are ambiverts. They possess the qualities of introverts and extroverts, and they exhibit them at different times, on different occasions. Yes, most normal people are ambiverts. Do you think a misanthrope likes people? A misanthrope likes people? A misanthrope has a very negative attitude towards people, okay? A misanthrope doesn't like people. If you tell them a story where somebody has done something well, their reaction will be, He must have had something on his mind. He wouldn't do it without any gains. So they doubt people's intentions. They will not believe that somebody can do anything good for someone without any self-interest. They have very negative opinion about people in general, not about a particular A, B or C. They have this kind of opinion about people in general. Misanthrope. Do you like a misogynist? Do you think a misogynist enjoys the company of women? Well, no. No, they won't. They tolerate women because inside they are full of hatred for women. So they tolerate women. They don't enjoy the company of women. A misogynist doesn't enjoy the company of women. All right? They have hatred. They just tolerate them. Like they tolerate their wives. You will come across such people around you, misogynistic people. Look, I'm going to tell you a lot of words from these words. Like these are nouns, okay? We are using a and before them. Then we will make adjectives. We will make different words with these words as well. Let's see. Do you think an ascetic leads a life of luxury? An ascetic leads a life of luxury. A life of luxury means, you understand? AC, nice bungalow, nice bed, beautiful wife, all those cars, expensive cars, everything, luxury. A life of luxury. Is that what an ascetic person wants? No. Ascetic person thinks of purification of the soul by renouncing, giving up, all the worldly pleasures. That is what an ascetic does. Do you think a misogamist tries to avoid marriage? A misogamist tries to avoid marriage? Yes, because he hates marriage. He would like to live with a woman but not get married to her. A misogamist. Okay. Some more exercises with these 10 words so that your understanding becomes stronger. To reinforce your understanding of these words, let's do one more exercise. Perhaps this exercise is going to be the most difficult because here perhaps you have to you have to produce the words. You have to recall the words in your mind. Who lives a lonely, austere life, not providing yourself any pleasures, okay? So who lives a life of austerity? Who lives a lonely, austere life? An ascetic, right? Yes, I hope that you guys are able to recall the words the moment I read the question. Who lives a life of an ascetic life? Sorry, I'm saying an ascetic life, okay. So, who lives a lonely, austere life? An ascetic, right? Next, whose interests are turned outward? Whose interests are turned outwards? An extrovert. An extrovert's interests are turned outwards. And who is supremely selfish? Who is supremely selfish? Selfish, egoist, right? An egoist is supremely selfish. Who hates people? A misanthrope. A misanthrope hates people. A misanthrope. Whose interests are turned both inward and outward. Ambiverts, right? Ambiverts' interests are turned both outwards and inwards. Next. Who is incredibly conceited? Incredibly conceited. Full of pride. Full of conceit. That's why they talk about themselves, because they think they are superior. They are special. They are unique in a very different way. I mean, everybody is unique. It's a healthy thought to have that everybody is unique. But they give themselves too much value. So they are egotists, of course. Who is more interested in the welfare of others than in his own? Their interest, the main interest is not their own interest. Their main interest is to make other people happy. Who are those people? Who is more interested in the welfare of others than in his own? Altruists. An altruist is interested in the welfare of others. Who hates women? A misogynist. A misogynist hates women, right? A misogynist. Whose interests are turned inward? Whose interests are turned inward? An introvert, right? Who hates marriage? Who hates marriage? A misogamist. A misogamist hates marriage. Now, these 10 words are going to help us learn some more words. Okay? So do we have time to continue today, or we will do it tomorrow? Let's see. It's 8:35. Yep. Well done. You guys are doing a good job. Now moving on, we are going to continue because we have 10 minutes time. You can see I've got some more words here, and they're all related to the 10 words we have studied. Okay. So we just studied a word, an egoist. What does an egoist do, guys? An egoist, thinks about himself or his own interest rather. Do not get confused between an introvert or an egoist. When I say thinks about, then thinks about his own interest and thinks about his own personality. His thoughts are turned inwards. An introvert. Okay. Someone who scrutinizes his own personality a lot. That is an introvert. Alright. He observes his own personality very minutely. Things which are not very important, an introvert. And an egoist is someone who thinks about his own interests. So selfish person. Egoist is a selfish person. But now we have a word egocentric. Now this word comes from the same word egoist. People who are egoists are selfish, no doubt. But those who are egocentric, they put in the center themselves. They put in the center themselves means if anything is happening, they have to be in the center. Egocentric is another level of egoism. Alright, egoist people, when they reach another level, they become egocentric. Means you can understand that egocentric is a stronger word to describe those selfish people who you calling egoists. So egoist is like a mild word, but when you call them egocentric, then they become more egoist, right? It is a stronger word. Its intensity increases. Okay. Now let me explain this, that ego itself is a word which means your own opinion about yourself. Alright. However, ego is often used that, okay, how do I explain this? Ego, your own opinion about yourself. For example, when you have an embarrassing experience publicly, alright, it bruises your ego. It damages your ego, means it damages your own opinion about yourself. So ego means your own opinion about yourself. Sometimes when somebody criticizes you a lot, then that damages your ego, right? That hurts your ego, that hurts your own opinion about yourself, and you start to feel bad, right? So ego means your own opinion about yourself. Okay. If you are an egocentric, you consider yourself the center of the universe. If you are an egocentric, you consider yourself the center of the universe. You are an extreme form of an egoist. So when the egoist goes to another level, he can be called an egocentric person. And okay. And next we have egomaniac. When this self-interest or greed or desire to serve your own interest reaches to a level where it becomes disturbing and, let's say, dangerous for other people, you do not shy away from taking those measures which can hurt other people really badly. You are being selfish, but selfish is not strong enough. This is why we need a lot of words, okay? Sometimes the intensity of our emotions require different words. When the intensity of our emotions is not very big, very not strong, then a mild word can do the job. But when our intensities go higher, become stronger, then we need a word that matches our intensity. So what is the difference between an egoist and an egomaniac? Just the difference of intensity. An egoist can become someday an egomaniac when his egoism or this desire to serve his own interest reaches that kind of level where he is not at all concerned how badly he is causing problems for others. Alright, he is ready to kill someone, kidnap someone, not shying away from doing anything wrong. Then they have reached a level where they can be called egomaniac. Egoism has become a mania for them. A mania is a bad thing, right? A bad thing. So egomaniac is sick. An egomaniac is sick. If you come across a person and after you're dealing with that person over some time, you realize that this person is dangerous, he can do anything to serve his own interest, then you can call them an egomaniac. To a certain extent, we are all egoists, all right, almost, I mean, in a mild way, okay. But egocentric, when you start to consider yourself in the center of the universe, now I'm everything, it has to be about me. And then egomaniac retakes it to another level where it is a disease, it is a sickness. You are dangerous to society or to people, then you become an egomaniac. Now, what is this egoism? Egoist people, what do they suffer from? They suffer from egoism, right? Egoism is like, I told you, first of all, ego means your opinion about yourself, but egoism is what they practice, egoist people. So, egoist people, what do they care? What do they care about? They care about their self-interest. So, this is egoism, right? And those people who take egoism to another level, they are egocentric. But when it becomes morbid, it becomes dangerous, then it is egomaniac. So see, all the four words are related, are they not? They are just at different places on the ladder, okay? Egoist is here, egocentric is here, egomaniac is here. Okay. Now, there is a word egomaniacal. Of course, we will learn adjectives. So, egomaniac is a noun, he is an egomaniac, and his egomaniacal attitude. So, as an adjective, you can use the word egomaniacal. The next word is altruism. What is this altruism? Those people who think about others' welfare first, they are called an altruist. So, altruist people practice altruism. So, this kind of attitude is called altruism, where you do not care about yourself, you care about other people. Okay, I don't know how people will think about me when I say this line, that, you know, what was that? India provided a certain medicine which I don't remember the name for at the moment, recently, you know, to Pakistan, to America and to many other countries. So, India needed those things, okay. So, if India, despite having a need for those medicines, okay, send those medicines to other country, that will be called an act of altruism, okay. So, when you do something where you are helping others, that is an act of altruism, and because you are doing it, you are an altruist. And then we have adjective altruistic, altruistic personality, altruistic gesture, an action which helps other people, maybe at your own cost, you know, can be called an altruistic gesture. So, altruism, altruist, altruistic. The person who practices this practice is an altruist, and this practice itself is called an altruism, and this adjective which get is altruistic. Next we have alternate. Now, alternate has been written twice. Let me check out the time now. It is because there is another class, you know, lined up after this one. So, I have to keep an eye on the time as well. I think it is time I have to 8:44. Okay guys, so we'll continue tomorrow. Fine. We'll continue with other words and some more words I will add, I will bring, and we'll continue our learning tomorrow as well. So, let's end it here today. Let's meet tomorrow, okay? And don't forget to share the link with people. This is not a video where people will come, and I'm not trying to, you know, trap people and their attention. It's a regular class, okay? You can have some days not so good, not so bad, you know, these things will happen. But if you stay here regularly, then definitely in the long run you will have some results. You will have your vocabulary much better, okay? So with these hopes, let's end today's class, and let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.